everyone, and greetings from Brazil. Just wanted to let you know in these kind of uncertain and unprecedented times that I'm thinking about you all and keeping you in my prayers. And I just wanted to ask a special prayer request as well for me as I try to actually make my way back to Canada, hopefully sometime in the upcoming days. So what's actually taken place is I'm on a ship right now in a port in Brazil. I was back on Grand Am with my partner Sean over the holidays for Christmas and New Year's and left shortly thereafter, and we returned to Grenada. And then on the 23rd of February, I left Grenada and came aboard the ship on the 25th. So I've been actually to Antarctica working, which has been an incredible experience that, I look forward to telling you more about and showing photos when I do get back. So what had happened essentially was that on the last trip that we made there, coming back, we sort of had been following the news on COVID-19, but it escalated in the few days that we were making the trip back to Argentina, and by the time we arrived there, we weren't able to dock neither in Ushuaia in the south where we had left from or in Buenos Aires to the north. So we traveled up the coast and went to neighboring Uruguay. And fortunately, we were able to disembark the 175 guests that we had on board and some of our crew members as well. But in the process of trying to get everyone home, Uruguay shut its borders. So we have now traveled a few days northward to land in Brazil, which thus far is still open. So things have been fantastic on the ship. I've been on board I think 39 or 40 days now. I've kind of lost track. We've been quite really isolated from what's happening in the rest of the world. Fortunately, there's no sickness here on board, and the ship is beautiful. We're being very well looked after. So the only issue being that after the ship leaves here, it goes back to its home port in Europe. So if I'm unable to get off in Brazil over the next few days, I'll be headed across the Atlantic. And as we know, of course, things in Europe are fairly affected as well by the pandemic. So please just keep me in your prayers, and hopefully that I'll be able to make connections. The problem right now being that with so many airports and countries and borders closing day by day, it becomes increasingly difficult to find a flight path to follow. So I've got quite a bit of a journey ahead of me, and I don't know whether I'll be able to eventually land in Toronto or if I'll actually be able to make it back to Grand Am. Should have actually been meeting Sean on Monday in Toronto because we had planned to travel back to spend Easter on Grand Am with family and church family, and so now that's not going to happen, and it's also uncertain as to when the two of us will even be able to reunite with, as I said, borders, countries, everything closing so rapidly. So it's a bit of a different situation, I guess, than a lot of people, following the news, following social media. And I know a lot of people have been home and unable to go very far and feeling a bit cooped up and a bit trapped at home. But yeah, to be home, with family and with loved ones, for me at this point is a dream. So yeah, please just do keep me in your prayers. I was thinking back actually to church service over the holidays when Karl had asked for anyone who would like to recite one of their favorite Bible verses, and I actually quoted Psalm 139. If I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me, your right hand will hold me fast. So just resting assured in the knowledge that God is holding us all in his right hand. In fact, he's got the whole world in his hands, and regardless of what the circumstances are, we're all in this situation and we're going to get through it together. And I love you all, and really looking forward to when our church can get back together again. And thank you so much for your prayers. Hope to see you soon.